Right, well, thanks for speaking to us, Jed, and that's what we usually say that after an interview. We're standing here now by the Cheshire West and Chester Council office, aren't we? Why are so many people, I mean, we'll just show them before I speak to you. They're all holding anti-fracking banners, obviously that's to do with it. Why are so many people here on to make their voices heard today?
Today was the planning committee met to make a decision on the application that iGas had put before the council on their portside development, where they wanted to do a flow test, which is a precursor to fracking. It was to test the flow, see how much gas they can extract from there.
And this was right outside Ellesmere Port itself, wasn't it?
This is right pretty much centre of Ellesmere Port. It's just off Junction 8 of the M53. It's in an industrial area, but only within about 500 metres of residential properties as well.
So the best way to think about it is that the boat museum or the waterways museum is close to that.
It's very close to that.
That's still close to the houses and everybody.
Yes, indeed. My own house is only about 700 metres away from there.
Exactly. So it's a particularly heavy industry. It's a controversial technique, isn't it?
There's a port there, so it's coming and going constantly of various materials, including hazardous stuff.
So what they wanted to do is actually being turned down. That's why these jubilant scenes.
Yeah, we're all very jubilant. We're all celebrating because the council have rejected the application. So I guess I've got to go away now and make their decision. They will probably appeal. I know how these things go. They will place an appeal, and we'll probably meet in the High Court. And
this is the bit we unfortunately have to talk about, because we've been here before with Lancashire, haven't we? With Preston,
there will be an appeal. We will hope that, and there should be a public inquiry in that appeal. There should be in a case of a public inquiry. There's been over 1,000 objections. There is a real public interest and public concern in this particular development. So any appeal would have to be done as a public inquiry.
Now, if it gets sort of, central government basically just went over the wishes of the council of Lancashire. I mean, that could be what we see here, isn't it?
What happened in Lancashire was, I think, a similar process. I think it was rejected. It went to appeal. The appeal, again, it was rejected, but then with Lancashire it was Quadrilla. Quadrilla went to the Secretary of State, and the Secretary of State overruled all the council decisions and everything and said, no, they can go ahead with it.
So if that happens here, we're going to see a similar scene to what we see in Preston New Road for Ellesmere Port. If that goes the same way, do you think?
The process still now will take a number of months, the appeal, that whole course of action. And then if it goes to the Secretary of State, he has to go through the whole process himself to make an informed decision. So that can take some months. So it could be another 6 months. So if anything, we want a reprieve. And I think that if it comes down to our environment, I would hope there's a change of government, because the Conservatives are not really showing a concern for the environment. That has to be done. They want to push through fracking.
They're the only party that seems to back it as well, isn't it?
One of the best things about tonight, though, and one of the best things is that we've seen Conservatives, county councillors actually rejecting this, and rejecting it with the idea that they can see that fracking and this unconventional gas extraction is a bad idea. Bad idea for environment, bad idea for residents' health.
Oh, well, thanks very much for speaking to you. You're a major anti-fracking campaigner, Jed. Here we are, Michael Farry for 107 News, Cheshire West and Chester Council officers.